Today we are in Blackwell Fields here, in kind of like a desert region. We got the oil things over there, getting oil out the ground. It's pumping it out, and then of course we have our stalker friend here, Sable Cucumber, who's going to be exploring the map with us. Just like in what map was it? Eastwood Fields. We had one of these guys following us around. They're pretty non-hostile. They just kind of walk around with us. So, not really sure where to start. It's a pretty big map. I mean, this thing is huge. So, there's gonna be a lot of open land up here. I'm not really gonna focus on that. Maybe the buildings I'll focus on. Like out here, there's like a house, which I had no idea about. And then you got the hangars over here, so that'll be kind of cool to check out. And then we're gonna go up here. So, it's a pretty big map. So let me see. I guess we'll start up here and kind of work our way. So we'll start here, go down here, and kind of like make kind of like a triangle. It's kind of weird, like Illuminati. But yeah. So let's get started. So this is where you would spawn for a lot of the maps, and you'd run and capture the objective over there if you're doing breakthrough or anything like that. If you play Conquest, this is where the headquarters is for one of the helicopters and the jets that take off here, as well as like the military vehicles that'll spawn here that you can take, like your tanks and your like the BTR. I don't know what it's called in game, but it's essentially the BTR. So I think this is pretty cool, considering, you know, if you're spawning here, you're never really getting out and looking around, like, because most people will just grab the plane and just shoot off in the air. But I mean, I've never noticed this. Like, there's park benches here. Like, who would have known that? Or there's like 3 cones here. Like, just little attention to details like that I find very interesting, and it brings the life to the map in a sense. We got a car here that's covered up. Can't even see what car it is. We got a friend coming. Bunch of tires here, which are pretty poor on tread. I mean, yeah, these things are definitely out of commission. Some of them don't look too bad, but what do you think about that? Is he shaking his head? No? Maybe they're good. I don't know. It's kind of cool. We'll tell you the direction of the wind. So you got a pickup truck in here. Over here you got some wood, it looks like. Got a ladder. Stepping ladder. Can't go up it, unfortunately. Yeah, you can kind of go up it. It's kind of working. What do you think of that? Got some porta potties here. Can't go inside, unfortunately. Got your military trucks here. And then just some more crates. This is the runway, which I think looks just amazing here. This is very cool. And then over here, we got some kind of generator, which is actually turned on. I'm gonna kill this guy, unfortunately. I think it's sorry, I had to do it. All right. Okay, well, now my weapon's messed up. I don't even see my weapon. Oh, there we go. Anyways, cool little generator here, and you can actually hear it on. I hope you guys can hear that, but it is on and it is powering something. I'm not sure. Maybe this thing here. Maybe just to get some like transmissions or like radio or something along those lines. But yeah, this is pretty much like the runway here for the attacker side. I believe this is the attackers, or really depending on where you are, fall in line. So we're gonna make our way over here to one of these areas, and ow, this fire actually hurts. It catches you on fire, so that is interesting. I had no idea it did that. Just took a sip of some water. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated. You know, nothing better than being hydrated out here. So down here, I swear I just heard a vehicle. I got some big tires. Wow, makes you wonder what these are too. Wow, these are huge. You can hear the flies, and there's actually trash that just came out of that. How do I... There we go. Some cans, some papers. Very cool. Got a container here all smashed up. Nothing in there. How cool, you can see through the crack. More tires, more containers. Got some wooden pallets here. Got a house with some kind of anti-air, possibly some kind of rocket system that'll shoot out over there. A very nice house with some nice lights and some music's going on. Look at this. There's a Bluetooth thing here that you can interact with. Radio. That's cool. See, I would have never noticed this. I don't think a lot of people would have, which is just so cool. I actually like this kitchen. I think it's pretty nice. I think the refrigerator's a little out of space, place here, but you gotta do with what you can with the room. But very nice sink here. Looks like it was used recently, and it looks out over into the field there. Nice house. I like the lighting. Natural lighting looks really nice. Usually this house is in shambles and a million pieces when you're playing online, but it's cool to admire it while it's not online and just kind of like a dead server. It's a pretty standard room here. This is interesting. I remember when we did Mirak Valley, we had that one bathroom and it was super white inside. This one's more kind of tame and chill with the green tiles. I kind of do like that. It's very different. And even the windows cracked open, letting some fresh air, which is cool. Another bedroom in here. And then we got a propane tank out here, which is kind of interesting to have on your property. I don't think you would want that, considering if you shoot this thing, it'll explode. And, yeah. That's why you probably don't want that on your property. But, oh, their truck's probably going to blow up here in a second, too, all right? Try to get away from that. Oh, there it goes. Little outhouse here. Another truck, which is nice. They're called, what is that, RVER? Pretty cool. Another California plate, 21, of course. The interesting thing is this map in California? I'm not sure, but I think it possibly is. I can't remember on the loading screen, but if it is, that would make sense. Trash can can't go inside. This is kind of cool. This is just kind of like a hangout spot. He's got his can of soda here. Cooler when you run out, you know, and just admire the scenery. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Looks like just some wooden planks over there. Cardboard box. A little station here to work on stuff. Bunch of recycled metal there. Yeah, not much going on here. So it's a cool little house, cool little area in the map. Over here is a really fun area, especially when you're playing online and you're playing something like Rush, or if you're playing Breakthrough. This is another objective over here. It's really fun to capture. It's always so warfare packed when you're playing on this map. My favorite thing is sitting right here, and it's usually a turret, and you can just shoot at them as they come over the hill, but most of the time you get RPG'd or people will snipe you, which sucks. So this is one of the compounds here. I think you can go under this. Yeah, you can. And you can just come behind this thing right here and just shoot them as they come in. A lot of people don't know, so it's a pretty quick way to rack up some levels. In here, a bunch of monitors, keyboards, mouses, laptops. Got some filing cabinets here. What is that? What is that icon? Huh. This is cool. Little thing right there, a little luggage thing. Not much going on out here or in there. It's cool. It tells you how much this weighs. It's pretty cool. All right, let's move around to over here. These trucks are sick. I really like these and how they look. And at the top there, it looks like they have a a thing that opens up. So I think it's pretty cool if your doors get like jammed or you get stuck in there. You can always pop out the top, which is a cool little safety feature for these trucks. Not gonna lie. Not sure how good that is that it's on fire right there, but yeah, we're not gonna question that, especially if it's hazardous and there's a fire. But hey, I see nothing, I know nothing, you know. Cool little tower here. This thing is pretty big. It's not as big as the power line that we saw in Merrick Valley, but this is still pretty cool here. Little satellite antenna tower thing. I really like this map. Looks nice. You know, the sky box there looks great. The clouds, the two-tone. It's kind of like the sun setting right now. This really cool map. Not a lot of people are a fan of this map. I'm not really sure what the hatred is towards it. I think it's pretty fun, and I have no complaints myself. So, but Battlefield players are some of the pickiest people out there. So, everybody wants their big maps and stuff. Do not proceed without prior authorization, which hopefully we have. We are a soldier in this war. So, this is one of the other areas here. Let's explore this a little bit. See what kind of things we can find. Not much really going on here. It kind of just looks like a maintenance area, maybe a maintenance shop. Like they come in here, they put a tank to work on, do the oil change or something like that. They do have a bunch of them sitting out here, so I'm sure they do kind of maintenance on the tanks here, maybe on the military trucks. They do have a bunch of bays here, which is interesting because it looks like they have one of the civilian or one of the soldiers' cars here that they're doing maintenance on at the time. They got the toolbox here, and they got the lift, so definitely getting worked on here. Kind of cool if you can raise and lower it, but wouldn't really serve much purpose. But I wonder if you could fit the tank through here. I mean, probably not, because it has more like traditional car, like wheelbase width, if you could say, like how far apart it is. And I don't think you fit a tank on there. So just looking at that. All right, so what else we got here? Another turret there to shoot outward. Just a random fire. Ooh, this is kind of interesting. There's a helicopter right here. I'm sure this thing has seen better days, it looks like. Can't go inside of it, unfortunately, but still cool nonetheless. Okay, I just had a coughing attack, so I think we're good now. More, you know, just random stuff placed around the map here. This is the runway for the other team. They'll spawn their jets here, and they'll go when they go up in the sky. I like this runway. It's a lot longer than the other one. Let's see what else we got here. Bunch of tires. This warehouse has definitely seen better days. This looks terrible inside of here. But I don't think there's much going on in here. It's just kind of, you know, a lot of people will see this when they play the game. It's a high area, like trafficked area, depending on the mode you play. But some people will sit up here and they'll camp and kill people, which is pretty annoying because you don't suspect it, but you can always get back in your other life and try to take them out. We'll come up here, up on the roof that overlooks the compound-ish area here. Bunch of trailers over there. Bunch of crates. Got the barracks over here we're going to go take a look at. So this is under 24-hour surveillance, and this is Barrack 5. So inside Barrack 5 here, you got the soldiers' helmets, which I don't think any of the characters have a helmet like that. I don't think so. But really cool. You know, this is where the soldiers sleep. Just go to sleep here and rest and wake up for the next battle. What is that? Some kind of packs of some sort. Maybe that goes on the uniform. More helmets, canteens, brooms. Was that food? Some kind of wrapper? I can't read that. Oh, it says Much Burger, which we saw on the other map. Got a fire extinguisher, which I wonder. That is cool. I was wondering if it would blow up, which 3 bullets seems a little unrealistic. I feel like it should blow up in the first one, but hey. They got coffee here. So I think this guy's having coffee. This guy's having tea based on the mug, but who knows? And an ashtray for their smokes. This barrack looks a little different. Looks like they got into like some kind of fight in here. Jeez, they got the bed moved over in the corner and everything. This guy's sitting here. Look at this. Who would have noticed this? This guy made like a little fortress thing here, so when they rush in, he can just bang, 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 bang. Pretty cool. Got the gloves on the floor, the sleeping bags, or this is the mattress, the bed, it looks like. That's Barracks 6. This one kind of looks like the other barrack here. This one looks a little different. They got this stuff placed off to the side instead of like in the middle here. Let's check out this barrack. Seems to be the same thing as that barrack over there. But that's pretty cool. Now, there are hangars over here, it looks like, which I've never seen, so I'm kind of curious to go over here and take a look at this. So I remember we saw this on the Eastwood map, but this is kind of like a purple screen, so it's different. Pretty cool. So they have a little storage facility in here. They have a truck. This one has containers inside of here, which is pretty cool. Not a whole lot going on. Some more storage outside. It seems to be the same thing with a purple screen and just storing stuff in here. And then out here, which is pretty cool. I've never seen it over here, but this is just open area. It looks like not a whole lot going on here. So this is pretty cool. This is a really big map, actually. I don't know if it's as big as the other maps. Oh, well, let me restart this. All right, welcome back. So that was one of those draw things I was talking about. I guess I'm only allowed like 15, 20-ish minutes, somewhere around there, before the game ends, and I got to restart the map. But I left it off somewhere in this general area here. We've already been all the way up here. We've explored. So now we're just going to continue, just go up north here and finish out the video. So over here, it looks like we got some storage containers, or like silos, I guess these kind of are, like storage silos. They make a little noise, so I'm sure they have oil in here that they store and they pump out from the ground here. Which looks like this is labeled PLHCP04 or P04, which I'm not really sure what that is, but it's kind of cool. These things have animations, and I want to say a lot of them are animated because they're moving back there, which is cool that they took the time out and animated these. I mean, it's a little detail you would have never really noticed unless you're, paying attention. And it looks like this is where it pumps out of the ground, I guess, which is pretty cool. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. Those ones in the back are going too, so. Looks like it'd be one of the compounds. Maybe this is where they work on them, possibly. And they get them serviced. Because this has like a little ladder here. You can come up here. This looks like one of the engines that rotate it. There's a bunch of tools in there and stuff, which is cool. safety equipment. You want to make sure OSHA is okay with you. You don't want to get a random inspection. You should get the workers' trucks here, a little Jeep. Looks very nice. Some more storage containers, nothing too interesting. More silos. You got a trailer here. Looks very cool. Laptop sledgehammer. It's pretty interesting. Got a power outlet. Look at that. Look at that power outlet. I didn't even know they had these in this game. A little water. Is that a ketchup bottle? It's pretty huge. A lot of ketchup. And look at that. A Sprite can, maybe? What is that? Mr. Fizz. What y'all know about that Mr. Fizz? Printer here. This looks like a not universal, like an industrial grade one. So they do be doing a lot of paperwork here. And this is not pumping, unfortunately. This looks like some kind of pipeline here. Pipe network that travels pretty far, actually. This is interesting. Not really sure how efficient this is. I wonder if it makes the oil flow better or something like that, but I think it's pretty interesting detail. Maybe it's just simply for people to go over, but you can just like literally jump over it, so I don't know. This one's going here. Has the same thing, so they're not individually labeled, so it's interesting. This is kind of cool. These ones are green and red. I wonder why these ones are different. Maybe they're pumping some kind of different liquid out of the ground. I don't know. This is Sun Peak. So maybe this is a different company. Because these ones were not Sun Peak, I believe. Yeah, these ones... Yeah, those ones don't have labels on it. So this is probably a different company out here, I guess. Pumping oil out of the ground. Because they have a label on there. So that is very interesting. I would have never guessed that. Another interesting little way to have this. Maybe it's just so people can go through it. I don't know. It's so weird. Looks like this one's getting serviced here. They got the gate around this one, which is strange. I wonder why this one has a gate around it compared to maybe one like this one. So this is pumping oil. A lot of those are pumping oil out there. Wow. Okay, let's look over here in this little warehouse facility area. So this is a battery storage area. That Caspian Border? What the? You guys remember that tower in Caspian Border? It's like a huge thing and it could collapse and a lot of recon players would sit there and they would snipe over it. That is very interesting. Wow. I'm almost certain that's Caspian Border. Or there's another map, I believe it's in Battlefield 4. It has a huge satellite dish in the middle of it and there's a tower, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but still pretty cool nonetheless. Got a ship here with some birds. Got a dolly. This looks like the office area. Eye protection must be worn. Nice little plant. Same photos. Some pizza that's just non-existent. What does that say? Since 1981, Oscar's Pizza. They got a mushroom on there. It's pretty cool. And they got a scale here. I wonder what they're weighing. That's pretty interesting. I didn't even know a pizza box was even modeled in this game. So where they keep the engines here. That looks like kind of like alkaline almost, like the storage for that. Porta potties here. Very interesting design on these. Another like little trailer thing right here. Not too much going on in here besides this bag. Which was that say? Tools. So tools going there. Oh, look at this. There's a Japan shipping container. Okay, this guy scared me, okay? This bot. If you ever played Slender Man and you have to go around and collect the pages and he just shows up, yeah, this is kind of what this is like. So it looks like we got Mad here. A scary individual. But Japan shipping, this is kind of cool. Oh my god. Alright guys, nobody saw that. So it's interesting that they have Japan shipping here. Makes you wonder what's going on. This map's kind of cool. It's got like things from Caspian border. It has these shipping containers. Just things you would have really never noticed unless you watched this video or you explored it on your own. So let's see what's over here. It's just the entrance to the compound. Up here, I don't think too much is going on. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. And this looks like kind of like a scrapyard, vintage parts. I don't think he sees me. Yeah, he doesn't see me. Okay, we're good, we're good. Uh-oh. Okay, guys. We're good. So we got another little area. It's a nice little rim there. It's pretty... My scope fits exactly into it. It looks so crazy. It's very bright for a rim. More pizza. Oh, look, a paper towel dispenser. Oh, that's interesting. You think it's one of those automatic ones, or you think it's one of the ones you gotta, like, turn it or pull it? Oh, a bunch of sodas here. Got sodas and chips. Pretty cool. What is that? Frugen? Frugen Energy. I didn't even know they had energy drinks in this. Well, I mean, they got the Red Bull sponsor, but a different brand is kind of cool. Kind of like the other warehouse at the other place. Not too much going on here. And then let's see what we got over here. Got some music. Very cool. Got a semi-truck here. Not much going on there. Oh, just broke some boxes. But this is kind of like a scrapyard. And look, they got North. So you got Japan, North, National Management. Which I wonder how if you type that in. www National. That's very interesting. Look, they even got the translations. Like, they got English and they got Espanol. Huh. And this, of course, is vintage. Maybe it's vintage parts or... Look, there he is. I saw him. And it's like Herobrine, you know? So we're open 10 to 5, Monday through Thursday. Friday, open 1 to 5. And then Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Interesting hours. What is that? Piece of a plane. It's the jet engine to it. It's a big plane though. Wow. Wow, they even got the back of the bus's engine detailed. I've never noticed this playing in the game. That is interesting. Little gas cap there. The lights are broken out of it. Okay, I thought that said something different, okay? I did not know it said Jev. I thought it said something else. Professional products, professional results. And it's got an eagle. Jev colors. I thought if you add like a thing, it would be like, you know. Very interesting seat here. That's the gears? Reverse neutral drive? Oh, I never even knew that. Well, I think that pretty much wraps this map up. Very interesting. Very big map. A lot of cool little hidden things on it. And, yeah, so I think that's where this video will end. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the deep dive on Blackwell Fields here. If you did, leave a comment, like, and